And now you're left wondering, what is this team? Because they're not 1-6. They're not 6-1. And I hope to God they aren't what we saw on Saturday.
And they're probably somewhere in the middle. And maybe, I don't want to say we've overvalued them, because I do think you are due a dud in the NFL. I think you get one mulligan. We'll see how the Lions respond against Chicago, and ultimately that's that game that looms extremely large at the end of the season on the road at Green Bay, a team that won again, and we can get into that. That looks to be an incredible situation that's unfolding right before our eyes here. But again, I'm not going to overreact to the Lions' loss. I think what I will say about the Lions' loss to the Panthers is I feel cheated. And what I mean by that is I feel cheated in the two biggest games, essentially, that the Lions have played this season in terms of hype and excitement. Thanksgiving Day against the Buffalo Bills. And I don't care what anybody says. There are a lot of Lions fans that are happy that they just played and hung in there with the Bills. I am not. I think there were 7 or 8 things that went wrong in that game that the Lions did to themselves. And if they changed or fixed or cleaned up one of those things, they would have won that game. And then, of course, against Carolina this week, I almost feel cheated as a Lions fan that they didn't win one of those games, because can you imagine the excitement? You know, the Lions are sitting there 4-6 on Thanksgiving Day. If they win that game, they're 5-6, and you're right there about to go on a run. Instead, they're 4-7. So for the next 2 weeks, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? This week, you've got the Commanders losing. You've got the Giants losing. You've got the Seahawks losing. Everything fell into place. Could you imagine how jacked we would be right now coming into this studio 2 p.m. on Monday morning, and the Lions controlling their own destiny, being in the 7th seed with 2 to play? They would be the talk of the NFL today, on local, obviously, national, and everywhere in between. And at your Christmas Eve parties, you would have just been Lions crazy. Christmas celebration, Lions crazy. So instead, you have to play this thing out another couple of weeks. So I almost feel cheated that every time the excitement gets to peak level there, you take a step back. And that's how I feel cheated.